What's going on, family? We are back, joined by our friends on stream for Foxtrot Family Night each and every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we would love for you to come and hang out with us here over on Twitch, and for you to introduce us to some new music, some new artists, all that kinds of good stuff, because that's what we're trying to do, you know what I mean? And we definitely need your help. We definitely need your opinion, you know what I mean? Today, we are thankful for our good friend Mal. She is... I don't even know what to say about Mal. You know what I mean? I could sit here and rant and rave all day long about Mal, but she is a good friend of myself and the rest of the Foxtrot family. I think she's kind of like everybody's friend in the Foxtrot family. So we definitely appreciate her. She had put in a request for us to check out this "Don't Laugh at Me" song by Home Free. I could sit here and make jokes about how, I don't know what kind of like curveball she's going to give me, but I don't think it's that kind of message today. It could be. I could be wrong. I never know, but I feel like we've done them before. She said that there's some messaging in here that she's really excited for us to check out, so I don't know what that's going to do, but again, we appreciate Mal and everything that she does for the channel, whether she's trying to make me laugh, whether she's trying to give me a song that makes me talk about a serious subject matter or anything like that. I definitely always appreciate everything that she does for the channel, so I am very excited to check out this "Don't Laugh at Me" from Home Free. Let's do it.
I'm a little boy with glasses, the one they call a geek, a little girl who never smiles, 'cause I've got braces on my teeth. And I know how it feels to cry myself to sleep. I'm that kid on every playground who's always chosen last, a single teenage mother trying to overcome my past. You don't have to be my friend, is it too much to ask? Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. I'm the cripple on the corner, you pass me on the street, and I wouldn't be out here begging if I had enough to eat. And don't think I don't notice that our eyes never meet. I lost my wife and little boy, someone crossed that yellow line. The day we laid them in the ground is the day I lost my mind. And right now I'm down to holding this little cardboard sign. So don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure.
See, this song is gonna make me cry just from the fucking video, man, because the fact that like we even have like the kids that are like the actors and actress that are like portraying these two kids in this video, my mind and my heart tells me that like there's probably some sort of like special needs there in some of the cases of like what was being portrayed in here, and it just kind of like just like extremely just like breaks my heart about the idea that people like even laughing at these people. I remember when I was a kid and you'd be around other kids that would make fun of the kids like this, or just the kid with glasses, or the kid that was a little geeky or nerdy or looked a little geeky or nerdy, and like, what does it even mean, right? It's the kids that looked a little bit different than the rest of us. And it's like the same thing when you just really just boil it down to really just anything in general, right? Like when he made the comment about like, you know, we're all the same in God's eyes, the first thing that I think of and all that kinds of shit is like how much that is the idea of the reminder of that, right? Because I'm not really a religious guy. But when I think about we're all the same in God's eyes, that means that it doesn't matter who the fuck you are. It doesn't matter if I agree with your lifestyle. It doesn't matter if I agree with your choices in life. We are all the same, and we have to remember that it's not just the people that agree and believe the same things that us, that we're also the same in that God's eyes. Does that make sense? If you believe that we're all the same in one God's eyes, then we really are all the same, and you can't treat people differently just because they look or sound different than you. And in something like this, just like really kind of getting into the idea of bullying, a lot of that, so much of that comes from the idea of people being different from who the perpetrator is, right? Whether it is just a difference of like, you got glasses and I don't. You know what I mean? Or, you know, you have braces and I don't. You know, shout out to the brace kids of the world. I don't remember what kid didn't have braces. You know what I mean? I feel like that's like almost kind of a part of most kids' lives. You know what I'm saying? Or for those of us who were even lucky enough to be able to have braces to help fix our teeth. You know what I mean? And that's the other thing too, right? Is like, you know, when you make fun of somebody for any reason, you have no idea what that person's really going through that way either, right? Where it's like, you know, if you make fun of somebody for having crooked teeth or gaps in their teeth and all that, you don't think that they would want to fix that if they could? I don't think it's because they don't want to. You know what I mean? It's more or less like a lot of times availability, cost, you know what I mean? Are they even able to do that kind of stuff, right? So I just really hate the idea of making fun of anybody. You know what I mean? And I'm one of those guys that I like to make fun and I like to pick on people. You know what I mean? Because I do that out of love and adoration for people. Where if I tease you and I poke in your direction, it's because I care about you. And it's never to make you feel insignificant or less than or anything. And like I said, I try so much hard to never really even comment on people's appearances in general, other than to try to compliment. You know what I mean? Other than like, hey, love your glasses. You know what I mean? Because you never want to like make fun of somebody for just like the choices that they have made. You know what I mean? A shirt that somebody puts on that day is somebody's decision. You know what I mean? And sometimes people do look ridiculous in the outfits and the decisions that they made. And sometimes we laugh at them. But a lot of times it's not it's those people are also seeking attention in a lot of ways too. So I think there's also kind of a difference there. But just the idea of bullying and just treating one another differently and just trying to practice and push more empathy into the world, especially amongst like the youth of the world, right? When the younger kids started getting more empathetic and caring about things, we told them that they were too soft. You know what I mean? Do we really want to go back to the idea of everybody getting pushed into lockers and getting made fun of because people were different that way? Or do we would rather have most kids maybe care about that a little bit and not push the next kid into the locker and not make fun of the next kid that has to wear special glasses because they are blind as fuck without them? You know what I mean? Maul got me talking over a country song today, for sure. You know what I mean? I think this is why she asked me in the first place, because she knew country really wasn't my genre, and I know these guys are a cappella, but it's kind of in the style. It's kind of in the style of country, so you know what I mean. She did tell me it really was all about the messaging, so I've been trying really hard to focus on that, and not so much about the fact that like the music itself is not necessarily my personal taste, but subject matter, absolutely love exactly what they're trying to put the positive message out in the world that they're trying to put out here.
Don't get your pleasure from my faith. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. I'm fat, I'm thin, I'm short, I'm tall, I'm down, I'm blind. Hey, aren't we all? Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names.
know what like 12-year-old Johnny looked like? Hold on.
Don't get your plan.
This kid right here with the Independent shirt on, the white Independent shirt. I swear to God, I had that same fucking t-shirt with the skateboard. That's the young god right there. This is what I look like.
From my pain, 'cause in God's eyes, we're all the same.
Hold on, did he just give him a brown paper bag?
Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't
Were they giving him some booze? What the hell? Did I just miss that?
laugh at me.
Was that the message? Don't laugh at me because I'm the connect. You know what I mean? Is that what they were getting to? Shout out to you, big dog. Appreciate the booze.
Hey, we're home free. I'm Mark Wills.
I'm Nate Simon.
Generally Wasserman.
October is anti-bullying month, and it's a cause that is very near and dear to our hearts. That's why we have partnered with Mark Wills and 21 Pineapples to help raise money and awareness to go fight bullying. Please check out homefreemusic.com,
MarkWills.com.
and 21pineapples.com.
I just want to say I'm spreading my love in one funky shirt at a time.
Go get your funky shirt now.
Yeah.
And that's a wrap.
My man is fly as hell with that shirt. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie. It's totally swaggy on this guy. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. Oh, they're playing in York. That's like 20 minutes down the road for me. Not even that far at all. More like 30, but it's close. It's real close. Didn't really realize that October was anti-bullying month. I think the other flip side of that too is you also got to talk about the cyberbullying, right? It's bigger than just personal interaction on a day-to-day. I think a lot of it comes from online today too, right? Where bullying hasn't gone away. It's just what it looks like is different now. Does that make sense? Where you might not get as much of that in personal, like, you know, through school and everyday interactions like that, but you will get a lot of that kind of stuff and attention online in a lot of ways too. Yeah, the idea of really any kind of program and charities out there that try to bring more self-awareness and whatnot to the idea of bullying and what that does and how it affects people, especially the young communities of the world. Because it really what it is, like when you're an adult and you're dealing with bullies, if you're an adult and you have a bully in your life, there's one thing I have to say to you. Cut them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You don't have time for that as an adult. Like, there's nothing that needs you to stay around for if you're being bullied as an adult. Now, when we talk about being bullied in your job, that's a whole different conversation because your boss and those other people in the business, they're going to bully you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that'll just look different too. But again, like, you know, we're talking about kids, adolescents, you know, the youth of the world, where in this particular case, though you're talking about people who don't understand life in perspective yet, interacting with each other. And I think it's important for us to really like talk to those young people in our lives to make sure that they understand that it doesn't really matter what a lot of people have to say about them, right? Especially at those times in their life, because everything seems so fucking important when you are going through those ages, and how much that shit does not fucking matter at all. You know what I mean? Like, life is so much bigger than grade school. It's so much bigger than even just like university and all those things. Where like university and you start getting into those things is when a lot of that stuff should really be dying down. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of that kind of ends at high school, but like in the grade school specifically. But, you know, elementary school, middle schools is probably where it's happening the most, right? Is like where your young adolescent minds, you know what I mean? And I think it's important for us to encourage those young people in our lives to continue to be proud in the decisions that they made, stand up for yourself, and, you know, if you like something, stand on that shit, man. Like, fuck it if anybody else doesn't like that shit. You know what I mean? If you like it, do it. You know what I mean? And I think it's just one of those things where there's so much negativity and so much hostility in the world, especially amongst the adults, right? Where if we could try to do a little bit of combating some of that stuff and a little bit of more like just paying attention when a lot of these kids are younger and all that, I think that they'll just have easier times in life when they grow up, when life is going to smack them in the fucking face and no matter what you do. You know what I mean? You know, that's the thing about youth, is it's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be exciting, and they're supposed to not know any better. They're really not supposed to know any better. Now we're talking about like trying to like try people at younger ages as adults. It's fucking insane, man. It's fucking insane. But the point is, you know, bullying is not good, man. And I feel like it's one of those things that you need more people to talk about it. That's why it's important for them to have like a month like October, for even them to even bring that kind of awareness to it. And just to people kind of going around the conversation, because there's so many people out there in the world that have so many little ones and little friends and nieces, nephews, daughters, and sons. You know what I mean? Where this is the reality of their world. This is the reality of their world, whether we want to pretend that we understand it or not. Just because it's not like that for us anymore as adults doesn't mean that those pressures and those things are still not happening in those places. So I think it's just important to try to talk to the young people in your life and try to support them and let them know that, you know, no matter what happens, you know, you got their back, yo. You know what I mean? I think that's all I got for this one, guys. Appreciate Maul for the request. She got me talking today. Like I said, these guys are pretty magnificent for what they do. You know, I really appreciate the vocal skills that they do with the acapella and all that. I haven't checked out too much from them, but it seems like they have a good time. It seems like they're a bunch of decent human beings that try to do the right thing with their platform. So it's amazing that you see that. So love that they made this video. And yeah, I think that's all I got, guys. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody they love them. If you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you.